Anyway, right now, let's move on to more manly stuff.
Yes, some more manly stuff. We're talking cars this morning, but you know what? We're giving you some great advice on keeping your car in tip-top shape. And have you ever driven and when you put on the brakes, your car's pulling to the side? Well, that is definitely an issue that needs to be addressed.
Lekker, man.
How do you know if your car needs specialist attention? I'm behind the wheel with Ferodo's Albertus Steyn. He's got the answers.
So I've noticed that as I brake, my car is pulling to the right-hand side, which is a clear warning sign to me. So I invited Bertie to come for a bit of a joyride with me to make sure that I'm not missing out on something that is really important to fix. Bertie, I think you could feel the car is pulling a bit there.
Clearly you can feel the vehicle pulling to the right-hand side. I think we need to get it in the workshop to make sure that all the components is right and fix the problem that you're sitting with. But I'm going to take it from here to the workshop just to get that extra feel and see what it does.
When you apply the brake and the vehicle veers to the side, it is an important warning sign that it needs your attention without delay.
So Bertie, you've taken the left wheel off, so I'm guessing you're figuring the problem is something on this side. Explain that to me.
Okay, if you've got a vehicle veering to the right-hand side when you apply the brakes, it's normally indication that the right side is actually working. It's braking, slowing down the vehicle. In my opinion, I think the problem lies on the left-hand side. That's why I stripped the left side, and we're going to go piece by piece, identifying problematic areas that could lead to a caliper not working or binding correctly to stop or lower the vehicle's velocity under braking. The first thing that I would check is the slide pins, because normally over a time period they either rust or they actually seize if you're not lubricating them properly. So that's the first point that we're going to have a look at.
And of course, if it is the slide pin and it's just a lubrication issue, this is something that you can do yourself. It's going to save you the expense of having to take it into a shop to get the whole system broken down.
In this case, you can see there's definitely some grease on the slide pin, so it's not the slide pins that's causing the system not to work correctly. I just want to check the piston pot on this caliper itself, if I don't see anything funny on it. There you go. Let's take out the pad. The dust cover, everything is on its correct place, so I don't think it's there. Something I want to check is the brake fluid on the system itself. It could be that we've got a blockage and the brake fluid can't get to the piston to actuate the piston. So I'm going to ask you to get in the vehicle. Let's check if the brake fluid actually gets to the caliper itself.
To test it, Bertus asked me to apply the brake, hold it and release a couple of times.
All right, what's the culprit?
Okay, it looks like there's no brake fluid coming into the caliper itself. That's why I checked the brake fluid first before taking the pot out. I personally think that there's a blockation or a restriction in the rubber hose that applies the brake fluid onto the caliper. In this case, I'll rather tell the customer to take it to a specialist to get a new pipe made up, to fit it to the vehicle and bleed the system correctly to make sure that there's no air in the system at all.
Right, well, I think this is a good opportunity, having identified this as one of our warning signs, to do a bit of a recap for our viewers. What are those alarm bells that we should be taking into account, just keeping safety first?
I think the biggest thing is regular maintenance to make sure that the brake system is in good condition. And if you encounter any brake noise, it's important to have a look and identifying where the noise is coming from to get it rectified. If you're not comfortable doing it yourself, take it to a specialist. And like we've seen here today, when the vehicle starts veering to the one side when we apply brake, definitely there's something wrong. It needs to be checked out to make sure that yourself and the occupants are safe. In this case, once again, take it to a specialist with all the needed equipment to actually replace this rubber hose. And in that instance, you'll have a peaceful drive going forward.
So take it to a Bertie near you. Thank you so much. Well, as vital as every one of these components on your braking system are, you are the most vital component of all. Make sure that you are doing regular checkups and playing your part to not only keep yourself and your vehicle safe, but other road users as well. And you can pick up that conversation online. Visit the Ferodo website. Tons of useful information there. You can also follow them on Twitter or check them out on Facebook. And that is a wrap for today. I suppose the job begins anew now, eh?
Yeah, let's put it together.
You're in control with Ferodo.